Well, here we are, video number 2. And I want to talk about 5 habits that have really changed my life over the years. I think we've been through a season over the last little bit where our habits and boundaries and cores and just things that we naturally would do, rhythms and routines, have actually been challenged. I know a lot of us are having a hard time getting some of those things back. Work-life balance, how to balance the pressures of an online digital world with what our families need and that sort of thing. So I want to talk about 5 things that allow me to feel some calm and some structure in the mix of so many different things that are going on in my life and in the chaos of what I have going on, because these are things that give me structure and they give me I forgot something. I think we're okay, Claire Bay. Oh. I forgot my lens cap. Thanks, Peter McKinnon. But I was missing that. Hey, what's the best habit that you have going on in your life?
We have to forget one.
Hey, do you have good sleep habits?
Yeah, but
She could have better. So in this video, we're going to go through the habits that have most shaped my life over the last little bit. And it doesn't mean that I'm always doing these things good, but it does mean that there are 5 things that have contributed greatly to not just my success, but contributed greatly to the peace that I've been able to experience day to day, as they give me some boundaries and some balance to the life and the chaos of my life. And I hope they help you. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. So the first habit that I want to talk about is from Matthew Walker's book, Why We Sleep. And the first habit that I want to talk about is sleep. Now, this is going to be a reoccurring thing throughout this habit video. I got really sick over the last 2 weeks. And so this has been a season where these habits have not been firing as much in my life as I'd want them to be. But on a regular week, on a regular month, in a regular year, these are habits that have aided me greatly. Now, Matthew Walker in Why We Sleep talks about sleep and says that sleep is the single most effective way to reset our brains and our bodies. You know, there's a lot of wearable technology out there now that will actually track the strain that goes on our bodies, and it will calculate the amount of sleep that we have and tell us whether or not we're recovered enough to be able to go do the things, because sleep is one of the most powerful things that we can do to make sure that we're ready to go for the day. Now, I do want to say that sleep is a hard thing to get under control. It's important to consider, and for me it was important to consider, like, am I a night guy or am I a morning guy? I think I'm a night owl, but I want to be a morning person because I've got small kids and I want to get my day started before everything else starts. The 2 keys is this. 1, find your quiet time. Late at night or early morning gives you a sense of quiet that is actually quite hard to find throughout the day. The second thing you need to decide, or you need to commit to, is consistency. Consistency is the most important thing when it comes to sleep. That's the one that I'm working on. The second habit that I want to talk about is a daily habit tracker. I learned about this idea of anchor habits from Charles Duhigg's book, The Power of Habit. And in The Power of Habit, he talks through a bunch of different things, but he brings up this idea of the anchor habit. An anchor habit is a habit that once you do it, it actually impacts a bunch of the other habits in your life. I realized that if that's going to be my approach, then I need to make sure that I'm tracking the habits that matter most. And I've done this through a bunch of different apps, and eventually I just decided to make my own tracker within Excel spreadsheet. I print it off, basically I save it as a PDF, and I track it on my iPad daily. I track all of my habits, and I'm able to see whether I have more green check marks or red check marks, and I can actually see the level of consistency that is happening in my life. I would encourage you to find a habit tracker that works for you, because if any of these habits are going to work for you, it's important to be tracking them and to know, are we trending in a positive direction? Are we trending in a negative direction? Anyway, a habit tracker will definitely help you. It is breakfast time. Breakfast time.
Breakfast time, nice.
Come on.
Let's go.
Yo, he's finally showing up in the vlog because he's in the office.
Oh, wow.
This first time for everything. Hello. Going to breakfast. Breakfast. Okay, well Jared just did the worst job filming me. Hopefully Mel figures that out. We're meeting up with our good friend Timothy Hutchison.
Timothy, maybe you can teach me how to use a camera.
Yo, literally all these cameras you need to do is like point and shoot. You're better than you think.
Yeah?
Jared's wife is actually like a really good YouTuber. She's the most popular person in our friend groups. She's got so many followers on YouTube. And she's a great person. And this is my little plug for her channel. We're gonna do a collab sometime. We're gonna cut out her delinquent husband because it's just for cool people only. But
I don't have my own channel, so I don't get to be a part of it.
I would say that you're basically, well, no, that would be rude to say about Beth. I was gonna say you are Beth's channel. That's not true.
I'm in like 105 videos. Just making some content.
Yeah, we were just talking about you. We were talking about you in the video.
So far I'm 9 eggs. 9 eggs. 9 eggs into my goal.
Alright. Talking meal prep. This is habit number 3. Jared, do you do any meal prep?
Yep.
You do?
Yep.
This is a habit where it saved me a lot of time. So I think one of the most important things for me is not just feeling good, but knowing that I'm fueling my body in a appropriate way. I suck at cooking anything, so my wife does my meal prep for me. But do you do your own meal prep?
I did, and now that we have a baby and Beth is home, she helps me with it.
She helps you with it?
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with stereotypical gender roles at all. But like, similarly, like Emma's around better than I am. But anyway, so meal prep, what I found is that the habit of making meal prep actually just, it basically saves you time all throughout the week. So rather than every single day having to choose what am I gonna eat at this time and this time and this time. And this is all about decision fatigue. So to reduce decision fatigue around meals, the best thing that I found, and Jared's confirming this, is actually to meal prep. Every single morning I eat the same breakfast, like every single morning. So eat the same thing at breakfast, meal prep all of my lunches and snacks for the day. And then for dinners are the only thing that are different. But Jared will confirm that probably 25% of my days we're going out for lunch anyway. So take it or leave it. I would say with a lot of these habits, it's like something to shoot for. It's a standard to come back to. It's not something to be religious about. But certainly meal prep is one of these things that have just like reduced a lot of time in my life, a lot of thinking, and has actually added a lot of value to the nutrients and everything else. And if you do track macros, which is something that I try to do most of the time, it just makes it super easy. So anyway, so that's habit number 3. All right, cool.
I like it.
Just stopped just stopped our staff meeting here. So we're gonna do the 4th habit, and the 4th habit is going to, we're gonna do it as a staff here. This is a staff at Slate Church. I haven't actually introduced any of them. We'll introduce them at some point, but 4th habit has changed my life, at least, is reading. And I've always had this quote swirling around in my head that leaders are readers. And I actually think that that's really true. I think reading for comprehension is the most important thing that we can do. And so I've set a goal for myself every single day that I want to read 25 pages a day. Now, I've got a question for all of you guys. What book are you currently reading right now? First person is Ben. Are Are you reading a book?
I am reading a book. I am actually a book recommended by the one and only Pastor Nate. I am going through God and Money.
Okay, so you recommended it. What would you recommend to everybody watching?
Oh man, I'm reading Dune right now.
Dune?
Which is,
by who?
There's Frank Herbert, I believe.
Also, you're gonna be really happy with how this comes out because you're looking very nice right now. Okay, Jenna, what are you reading right now?
I'm about to wrap up The Burden is Light by John Tyson.
The Burden is Light?
Yes.
Yeah, and is the burden light?
It can be.
Okay. Emma?
I just finished up The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. It's a good one.
The Slight Edge.
Yep.
And last but not least, I guess, like this guy.
You caught me at a really bad time for this question.
You just had baby.
I'm reading the Communist Manifesto.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
You're actually reading that?
Yeah, I'm like halfway through. It's not very long. So
Are we living in a communist country?
Yeah, I'm trying to understand Canada better. I'm also reading How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie.
I am reading The Burden is Light by John Tyson. That's one that I'm really enjoying. But the book that I would recommend, if you haven't read it before, is Onward by, help me out,
Howard Schultz.
Howard Schultz. Habit number 4 is read. Like, read a lot. It's important. Do it daily, because the things that we do daily make us who we are yearly. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
All right, say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Back to work. Okay, let's talk about habit number 5 and the final habit for today. And that habit is fitness. Now, fitness is one of these things that I absolutely think is necessary for everybody who's incorporating daily habits, because what you do daily compounds weekly, monthly, and yearly. And it's one of these things that you don't actually have to be like too crazy into fitness to be able to make a big impact on your life and on your physical health. And so for me, one of the daily habits that's an anchor habit for me, it's a necessary daily non-negotiable, is a daily workout. My preference is to lift, and I try to lift every single day, and then I'm mixing cardio throughout the week. But fitness has become one of these areas that, unless I'm doing it daily, then I just don't feel myself. Working out allows me to feel the control over some of those things that you can be in control over, like your physical health. If you've been given good physical health, it's not something to take for granted. So that's something that I would absolutely encourage you to make sure that you're doing. This is the end of this video. I just want to thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing means a lot because it actually helps boost this channel and boost the content that I'm making, and allows you to follow along on the journey. I'm going to continue to release newer and newer content. We're going to figure out this channel as we go, the vibe and the flavor and everything. So I just want to thank you for everybody that has subscribed. It's so good having a part of this journey. Talk to you later.